All right, so welcome back to another deep dive. This week, we are going to be looking at Vantage Plus's crypto analysis. And this one was actually just published this week on February 24th. So it's really fresh. And we are going to, imagine you're just looking at your portfolio and you're kind of getting that roller coaster in a fog kind of feeling,
Right.
Is it going up? Is it going down sideways? What's happening? So hopefully we'll clear the fog with this deep dive and give you guys some insights that you can use to make your crypto decisions.
Sounds good.
So jumping right into it,
Yeah.
one of the most interesting things that I saw in this analysis was how they linked crypto to tech stocks.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And it's interesting because they're saying that there is a potential correction coming in the NASDAQ. And we're talking like a 10% drop, which historically isn't unheard of, but they're saying that that could spill over into crypto.
So it's almost like if tech stocks stumble, crypto trips over its own feet.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of say that, and they're saying that, even a slight shift in sentiment could have like a ripple effect.
Oh, so speaking of Ripple.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that thing about the SEC potentially dropping its lawsuit against Coinbase?
I did see that. That was really interesting.
I mean, what if that happened? What do you think?
I think if that did happen, that would be huge for the
Yeah.
crypto space, especially here in the U.S.
Especially in the U.S.
Because, it all hinges on whether or not certain cryptos on Coinbase are actually considered securities.
Right.
And so if they drop the lawsuit, it could pave the way for a broader adoption. More investors, more innovation. It would just be a domino effect.
Oh, so you're talking domino effects now. So let's actually talk about some of the major players and dive into some of their specific technical analysis here.
Okay, sounds good.
So Bitcoin, of course, always the center of attention. It's kind of been stuck in a holding pattern lately.
Yeah, it has. And Vantage Plus points out that Bitcoin is struggling to break through that 110,000 resistance level. And, there's significant sell orders piling up around that price point, which has kind of historically acted as a ceiling.
Like a wall.
Yeah, like a fortified wall.
So 110,000, that's the wall. What happens if Bitcoin can't get over it?
Well, Vantage Plus highlights 90,000 as a major support level.
Okay.
And it's based on previous price action, and there are a lot of buy orders clustered around there.
So that's like our strong foundation.
Yeah, you can think of it like a foundation. And if that cracks, it could signal a deeper correction.
So not a crash, but a dip.
Yeah, not a crash, but potentially a significant dip.
Okay, got to support it. 90,000 for Bitcoin. Now, what about Ethereum? How's Ethereum looking?
So Ethereum is facing some resistance around 3,000.
Okay.
And that's indicated by the 50-day moving average.
The 50-day moving average?
Yeah, and just so you know, the 50-day moving average is simply the average closing price over the past 50 days. And that's an indicator that's commonly used to gauge short-term trends, and you can kind of think of it like a trend line that acts as either support or resistance.
So Ethereum is bumping up against that trend line at 3,000.
Yeah, and what are the chances of it breaking through? I don't know.
It's a good question.
It's really a toss-up. I mean, Vantage Plus isn't giving like a firm prediction, and, it's really going to depend on things like overall market sentiment and whether or not we see a surge in buying volume.
Right, okay, so Ethereum's at a crossroads. What about Ripple?
So Ripple is kind of hovering near its own 50-day moving average right now, but it's at a much lower price point. It's around 2,500.
Okay.
And Vantage Plus suggests that a decisive move above that level could trigger a rally, but a drop below that could lead to a slide towards 2,000 or even lower.
Oh, so Ripple's on a tight edge right now.
Yeah, you could say that.
And then last but not least, Solana, the speed demon of the crypto world, but even speed demons can hit a wall, right?
That's right. And Vantage Plus is saying that Solana has encountered some pretty strong resistance around 220.
Okay.
And towards 90 isn't out of the question.
Really?
Yeah, it's been struggling to maintain its upward momentum lately.
So a potential dip for Solana, but some people might say that's a buying opportunity. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it's true that market dips can create opportunities.
Yeah.
But it's really important to approach them with caution.
Of course, yeah.
And don't just blindly buy the dip.
Right.
You really got to consider the fundamentals of the project, the overall market conditions, your own risk tolerance.
Your own risk tolerance, exactly.
So yeah, I think it's important to be cautious.
So taking a step back and kind of looking at all this, it seems like the crypto market is really mirroring some of the uncertainty that we're seeing in the broader tech sector.
I agree with that.
It's like a lot of potential turning points, but no clear answers.
Yeah, and I think this Vantage Plus analysis gives us like a really good snapshot of the current landscape,
Right.
shows us these key support and resistance levels,
Right.
the potential scenarios, but
It's just a piece of the puzzle.
it's just one piece of the puzzle, exactly. Do your own research, consider your own investment goals,
Yeah.
and just stay informed.
Stay informed, that's great advice. Thanks for breaking it all down.
No problem.
And for all of you listening out there, what do you think about all of this? Are you bullish or bearish? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you guys next time for another deep dive.